baby. Welcome to Tarot Thursday. On here I do single card tarot oracle messages, so come on in, drop your name and what you'd like to receive, what reading you'd like to receive. We're going to be hanging out here, just going to see who comes in. Get the vibes, get the vibes. And hopefully people will make their way on over, because we are not doing our thing on Instagram anymore. We've been on Instagram, so I know it's a change for people. So I do understand that it may take some time for everybody to get used to it. I'm okay with that, but I am going to be living on YouTube now with Tarot Thursday. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just going to hang out, see if anybody comes in. If not, I'll pull a card for the collective, and we will keep things pushing. Hello, we're doing Tarot Thursdays here. So if you'd like a tarot reading, go ahead and put your name in the comment. And if you'd like tarot or oracle, I wish I could pin a comment here, but I have not figured out how to do that yet. So, you know, Tamika, wonderful. I get to choose. Let's do tarot. And like I said, we're still getting people familiar with us being over here, and that's okay. So, you know, we may have a short Tarot Thursday this week, and I'm okay with that. But for Miss Tamika, what does Miss Tamika need to know? What does Miss Tamika need to know? Oh, there we go. The Ace of Cups. It came out reversed though, okay? So, this is interesting. So, with this Ace of Cups energy, I wanted to come out reversed, right? I have a little time. You're on my only homie on here right now. So, first and foremost, there is a love connection going on right now, okay? So, I do feel like there's someone in your space, someone in your life that is definitely showing interest, but they're doing this weird thing where they're kind of like, I feel like maybe they're not communicating, okay? The communication feels weird. The communication feels sporadic. The communication does not feel consistent. But there is a lot of love. There is a lot of interest. And when I say love, I mean interest. I mean care. I mean like you are somebody that I want to get to know. You are somebody that I want to build with. You are somebody that I want to connect with. But right now it might feel like there's a little bit of a disconnection. And I really think it's just a matter of like nerves. Because to me, in my head, I'm getting like, just shake it off, shake it off, shake it off type of vibes. So with this, I do feel like there's something in your life right now that has some potential to grow into something that feels like romantic and fun. But there's a nervous energy around it. It could also have to do with like something creative as well. But I do have the Four of Wands at the bottom. So that indicates to me that there's a new path here for romance or for a new relationship or something like that. So that's what I'm getting. Shake off the jitters. Let them shake off the jitters. But I do think there's a new beginning trying to start with somebody that could go somewhere really cool. Yeah, I have the Eight of Swords that's coming up after that. So there's a need to kind of just don't get in your head. Don't get worried. Don't be like, oh, is this happening or not? Just be like, hey, I like you. Or, hey, you want to go on a date? Or, hey, let me not put up my walls because they're being weird. Let me keep them down. So that's what's coming through for Miss Tamika. Next is Brianna. I get to choose. Beautiful. I'm going to stick with my holographic Rider-Waite. For Miss Brianna, what does Miss Brianna need to know? Brianna. What does Miss Brianna need to know? Brianna. So funny. Okay, so the Ace of Cups came out again. Tamika said, I'm married, so I'm thinking it's creative lane. Okay, so with that, Tamika, thank you. With the Four of Wands, though, and just because you're married, so you're married means you're in a relationship, means you're in a connection. So there may be a need for maybe more excitement, or maybe for you guys to do something new with each other, or for you to express something about the home life and like what's going on. With the Ace, it's about something starting, and then with the Cups, it can be creative, it can be love, but there does feel like there's a need to maybe have a conversation about how we're feeling, or maybe we want to do this thing to the house, maybe we want to expand, maybe we want to do this. It's like with the Four of Wands, it's about like what you're building with someone, and with that Ace of Cups reverse, there's something that is like blocking this new like space. Liz, is someone here for you? Freaking car outside. Remember, I had the cat last week, y'all. Who knows? Okay, anyways. So, yeah, I got distracted. Okay, Brianna, we have the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Wands coming up reversed. So, this is interesting because kind of the same energy here that I was just getting. There's this like, okay, there's a delay. There's a delay in a love connection, a delay in a love offering, a delay in a new beginning of a love situation. There is something that's getting in the way of this flow. And I think a lot of it has to come because I just felt it here. It's an acceptance from you. There's a need for you to accept, like, okay, maybe it's not happening how I want it to happen, when I want it to happen, but that acceptance is the key to the flow of this communication or something coming in. Because I do have the Seven of Wands at the bottom. So there's a need to continue to stand your ground. This isn't a time to like give up or relinquish. It's a time for you to really stand in your truth, stand in what it is that you know that you want, stand in what you know that your spirit and soul is like calling for. And that comes from an acceptance or an understanding or a trust within yourself. And I think that trust will help kind of remove this block here, okay? With the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Because both of these are about flow, and they're both coming up reverse, Brianna. So there's a block there. And the block is your resistance in some shape, form, or another. It's like a resistance to accepting that you don't have control over whatever this is or when this happens, because I also have the Knight of Cups coming up here underneath this. This person, they're still in your ether, they're still in your world, they're still in your like, you know, they're still there, but it's not, it's happening when it's going to happen. And there's this need within yourself to kind of let go and release that resistance of that possibility, right? There might be some doubt that's creeped in, or there's this like sense of like, this isn't gonna happen, or why isn't it happening? Yeah, Page of Pentacles, there's reverse. There's something you need to learn here. I'm gonna go a little deeper since there's only a few of us on here. Brianna, for you, there's something you need to really be learning about the situation that you're in. And once you learn what that is, and I feel like it has to do with acceptance, then you start to see movement. But there is a little bit of like dragging I don't wanna with this Page of Pentacles reversed. Like, I want it to just be, I want it to just happen, I want it to just, you know, and there's a need to really learn something. You know, spirit puts us in situations so we can grow and we can evolve and we can be more in alignment with our higher self. And if we're not doing what we need to do to achieve that, we're going to find ourselves in this delayed space of gratification or abundance. And it starts with kind of breaking that down and really getting to the core lesson. And then realizing that, integrating that, and then we start to see movement. Beautiful. Patience and acceptance for sure. I know it's a hard one. Okay, Marina is next. Miss Marina, love. And she'd like tarot. Okay, Marina, love. What does Marina need to know about love? Getting warm. You guys know I get warm. Okay, Marina. Marina, Marina, Marina. 2 cards. We're getting like 2 cards. Okay. So the first card, Marina, is the 9 of Swords. You're so welcome, Brianna. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. It's funny. I got this card from my own personal May pool. 9 of Swords is worry. It's worry. It's just straight up worry. What's going to happen? What if this? What if that? Am I doing the right thing? Should I not be doing this? Should I care less? Should I care more? Should I do this? Should I pull back? Should I? It's very, it creates a very unsettled mental space. And then I have the Wheel of Fortune. So to settle this space that you're in mentally, Marina, it's really about understanding that everything is kind of happening and you need to like hands off. It's the Wheel of Fortune. You know when they say like, Jesus, take the wheel. It's that type of energy, okay? It's like, Jesus, take the wheel. Because like we know, major arcana energy is God's source of the universe. It's doing its thing whether we want it to or not. And so that's where you are when it comes to love. It's like all the worry that you're doing, all the what ifs, should I do this, should I do that? It's kind of like low key, do whatever you feel like you need to do. Don't overthink it because it's going to happen how it's supposed to happen with this Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is fixed points in our lives. It is destiny energy. It is when cycles end and new cycles begin. So if you're in a space, especially with the 9 of Swords coming through, that has felt like a little bit of a lull, or like things aren't great, or it's been like blah, there's always, the wheel always spins, and we always get back to this point where things feel better. So if things have felt a little sludgy, that's what it kind of feels like to me, like a little sludgy, a little worrisome, a little like, ugh. I feel like that cycle ending. And I feel like there's nothing that you need to do other than to know that like things happen like they're supposed to be happening. The 6 of Pentacles reverses at the bottom. I don't think there's a point right now. There's no need for you to do more. That's the other thing. There's nothing you need to be doing. You don't need to do more. You don't need to overextend yourself. I don't think you need to over communicate. I don't think you need to apologize. I don't think you need to do anything. I think you just need to be okay with letting things, the chips fall as they may vibes, where you are right now when it comes to love. Because this is not time for you to give more. It's time for someone else to show up and do what they need to do. And if they don't do that, then from there you realize, you know what? You're not doing your part. And I'm no longer going to give you leeway on that, right? But at this point in time, people are showing themselves who they really are. You're feeling what you're feeling for a reason. So let that happen. Let that kind of progress. And get out of your head of like worry if you needed to be doing more, doing less. That's for Marina. Next is Jewel Oracle. So I'm going to do, let's do astrology. Let's do our Black Moon astrology cards for Jewel. Marina said, yes, yes, yes. I deeply resonate with this. Thank you. You're so very welcome. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, being here, making the shift with me. We're going to get more people on board as time goes. They're going to realize, they're going to be like, oh, we got to go to YouTube. We got to go to YouTube, baby. We're on YouTube. It feels fun over here, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so Jewel, we have Cancer and 3rd house. So first and foremost, look to see what house in your chart is ruled by Cancer, and then also what is in your 3rd house. But what this is talking about is about communicating your feelings straight up, okay? The third house, as you see here, messages, and Cancer is I feel. So this is about having conversations about how you're feeling. And those feelings allowing you to kind of put yourself into a direction where you want to be going. Cancer energy is cardinal. It's direction oriented. It says, this is the way that we're going. This is the way that I want to, for things to move. And so it's about feeling okay with expressing yourself, because that is how movement happens. That's how change happens. Cancer energy is also about just like how we feel in general with how we want to, with the third house here, how our mind is thinking. It's like, let your emotions influence yourself. Maybe your emotions are influencing how you're thinking, and that's not a bad thing. You know, your emotions give you feedback. So listen to them. What are they telling you? How are you feeling about something? Are you feeling good about it? What is your intuition saying? Cancer is intuitive. It is ruled by the moon. It is the mother. It is the nurturer. And so how can you love on yourself, trust your intuition more, and communicate those things to whomever you need to, whether it's yourself or others? What's on the bottom? Neptune, sacrifice. It's time to do what needs to be done, say what needs to be said, and express what needs to be expressed. That's what I'm getting here for Jewel. Next up is Giovanna. Hey, I get to choose. I'm going to stick here with the Black Moon Astrology. I'm liking those vibes. Carrie will be next. You guys can see this easier since it's all in the comments and it's not all weird and wonky like IG. I can easily scroll back. Okay. What does this Giovanna need to know? Or what energy is influencing Giovanna right now? What energy is influencing Giovanna right now? And you know what, Jewel? Sometimes it's just about maybe writing it down. You know, the third house is the house, it's ruled by Gemini. We're about to get in Gemini season, so you might feel more comfortable expressing yourself during that time period. But it's also about different ways of communication. So if it's writing it down or something like that, like don't feel restricted to just like vocal communication, because that can be hard. Speaking of Gemini, this is for Giovanna. So Gemini energy, we're about to welcome Gemini season. Gemini rules the brain. It's ruled by Mercury. It's about our communication. So there's something else here for you, Giovanna, where you're needing to communicate. And you're needing to understand that the more communication, the more you find out, the more you discover, the more you know. Gemini is a very knowledge-based energy. It likes information. It wants to know things. And so if you're in a space right now where you want to know something, it's going to require a conversation, or even a way of looking at something differently or thinking about something differently. How can you expand or be flexible in your thought process? How can you be more understanding? Or how can you be more conscious of how you are approaching something, or how you're connecting with something, or how you're expressing something? Mercury has to do with that flow of communication, but Gemini is about it is mutable energy. So it's flexible. It's able to change. It's able to adapt. So there's something here, Giovanna, where you're needing to adapt how you're thinking about something in order for you to find more balance or harmony within your life, or maybe how you're expressing something. The sun is here. Yourself. How are you using your voice? How are you thinking about something? There's something here, what it feels like is like, I've done it this way forever, but there's a need for change or adaptability or flexibility, okay? That's what's happening here. And so for you to for you to feel more understood even, or for you to be heard, however this resonates. It's a need for you to be adaptable right now and be okay with saying, you know what, let me take this person into account. Let me take this into account. And then maybe I should think about it this way, or I should express myself this way. But for you, Giovanna, I really would say embrace that Gemini energy of mutability, flexibility in our thoughts and our beliefs and how we communicate. And be open to showing up differently than you usually do, and see how that may help you in whatever situation that you're in right now, or however it resonates. Lovely. Next, Carrie. I get to choose. Miss Carrie, let's go back to the tarot, but I'm going to switch over here. Let's do a zodiac. I haven't used these in a minute. For Miss Carrie. Everyone knows you can always book a more specific reading with me on the website. The Arcana Apothecary is coming soon. Okay. Two of Pentacles reversed. So this is for Miss Carrie. This is about if you feel, okay, because I'm getting a sense because I have the World underneath and it's coming up reverse. Let's see what Giovanna said real quick. I received that. Thank you. I've decided to move in a different manner lately for the sake of happiness and wellness. Beautiful. What a great confirmation. I love that. So for Carrie, I have the World reverse and then the Two of Pentacles. The World is about us getting to a place of feeling accomplished or successful, or like that we have achieved something. We're abundant. We reached a goal. But it's coming up reverse. And then I have the Two of Pentacles here reverse as your main message. There is a lack of like growth, I feel, in your life right now, with Pentacles being like earth energy. It's very tangible. It's very real. And it's coming from your priorities, okay? When I get the Two of Pentacles upright, it's like we are prioritizing things in a way that has a little bit of a flow. It makes sense. There's this kind of give and take. But when it's reversed, there's an overwhelmed feeling. So I feel where you are right now. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to move into a different cycle. You're trying to feel like, okay, I've got this under control. But you have to reprioritize things. And it starts with yourself. So I know that can be difficult when we have a lot of things that we need to be doing. We need to show up in different roles. Mother, lover, sister, whatever. But with the Two of Pentacles, there's this overwhelmed energy where you're trying to do everything, be everything. And because you're doing that, you're spreading yourself so thin that you're actually losing control of the situation. So in order to kind of get that control back, or get that sense of like grounded energy back, it's like, let me just break things down and slow down a bit. Let me do this first. Then let's do this. Then let's do this. Once you do that, you're going to kind of clear some of the energy up and feel like, okay, now I'm ready for this new cycle, or this new space, or this new, to move forward, right? Because the World, like I said, is a culmination, like we've achieved. And right now you're trying to get to that point where you have, but it's getting kind of jammed up with a lack of control because we're trying to do too many things simultaneously, instead of like prioritizing things in a way that flows and is structured, but also is like optimization is like coming through. So yeah, that's for Carrie. Balance is needed, and it starts with balancing what you need first and foremost. Next is Jim, and then Aisha. Jim. I get to choose. We'll stick with the tarot for Jim. What does Jim need to know? Spit. What does Jim need to know? Thank you guys for hanging out with me on YouTube. Thanks for making the jump. I know it is different, but it is much appreciated. Okay, the Nine of Cups came out. Let's see if it comes out again. The Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. So this is good energy because I feel like you've done something here, Jim, to really clear energy, and now you're starting with more fertile ground. Now you're in a better space. Now you've got your bearings. Now you can plant a seed. The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning that has a lot of potential that could really turn into something if you nurture it, care for it, show up for it. And I think it's because you kind of like cleared out the gunk. It feels to me like when you're like gardening and you need to get rid of all the stuff that's like in the way, whether it's just like, you know, dead things from like past plants or whatever, or you need to really get to the core of the soil that's like nutrient and isn't dry. So I feel like you've done that. And now because you've done that, you've set yourself up for success because now the ground is fertile. The ground is ready for you to plant a seed. And now is the time for the abundance to come. So it could be, it kind of feels job related, and it could have been like getting rid of something or getting rid of like where you were putting your energy and time, and now you have like this fresh start because we have the Sun, which is the most exciting positive card that we can get in the tarot, that's about growth, that's about expansion, and it's about happiness, joy, optimism. And so I think what you're doing now, you may even have an idea that it's really time to kind of like plant that seed, because this is Leo energy. It's very creative. What's underneath this? Yeah, the star. I love this, Jim. You are in alignment. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're exactly where you should be with whatever this is that you're starting. And it's because you cleaned out the like riffraff, old stuff, dead stuff, and things that were like weighing you down. Love that. Going back here, Carrie said, thank you. Thank you. This hits. Hey, Carrie. My due date for the baby is coming up at the end of the month, so I just feel like I have to do this and I have to do that. But your message just reminds me to slow down and know that I have to take one thing at a time. Oh, yes. The new cycle. Oh, my God. Yes. Prioritize yourself. You're good, you know, don't stress out. I love that. I love that that was the message for you. That's very exciting. Blessings on the new cycle. You're going to be great, but just remember to kind of like prioritize things. Don't get overwhelmed and don't try to do everything because you're just human. Jim said, thanks, I receive it. I had a rough week and I pray everything will be better going forward. You are the best, and this is a time message. Oh, cool, from last week. Thanks, Sid. Thank you, Jim. I hope your week gets better, but you are in a new beginning, and it feels really abundant. It has a lot of potential. So keep that fertile clear, and you know, you will continue to, I feel like, to find that nourishment and growth. Okay, and then Aisha, love Oracle. Aisha, love Oracle. I'm going to use my romance angels. Let's see what the vibes are. Aisha. Worth waiting for. So if If you're uncertain about someone, if they're dragging their feet, if they're being slow, if you're getting impatient, if you're thinking, oh my God, never mind, let me just move on, I don't think you should. We have the worth waiting for card. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this could be about a specific person, or it could just be about love in general. You'll know how it resonates. But I love this card because that's a lot of times where we want to just be like, you know what, never mind, I don't want to deal with this anymore. It's not happening how I want it to happen. They're not acting how I want them to act, and I'm just not going to waste my time anymore. I'm not going to do that. But this is a message of like, you're not wasting your time. It is worth the time and energy that you're investing into something. But it's going to happen at the right timing. And unfortunately, that's not something that we can hurry up. But I have playfulness at the bottom. So that's a way to kind of navigate this. It says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And so it's just a reminder that things don't have to be so serious in order for things to actually get serious. So, like put some levity into the connection or in how you're looking at it. Don't be so serious. Don't be so like timeline oriented. Like if it doesn't happen now, then never mind, you know. If he doesn't do this by this time, then I'm moving on. I definitely think it's like, give it space, time to breathe, create a little levity. Don't take it too seriously. I feel like I'm reading myself when I'm giving you this message. And I know that can be difficult, but I think it is going to be worth it. Yeah, and then trust was right underneath that. So that was for Aisha. Beautiful. And I think I got everybody that's on. I'm so appreciative of you guys being supportive and coming over here with me. Remember to let, you know, if anyone in your life wants to connect, come and join us over here on YouTube. Of course, they can book a personal reading with me at experiencearcana.com. We have the apothecary coming at the end of the month. If you guys follow on Instagram, you saw that I was doing some content work for Spirit Camp, which will be coming out in August. I'm very excited about, but that registration will open up next month. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys so much. I'm very thankful and grateful for the community that Keisha and I have both fostered, but especially with you guys even coming over here and hanging out with me. Yeah, I'll be back next week. And I appreciate y'all. I'm just going to hang out a little bit longer just in case I missed anybody. But this was a good one. And we're still having like a solid sessions. I like this. I like this. I'm hanging out a little bit longer. Oh, Lourdes just came. See? Lourdes, I was hanging out for you, girl. I was about to get off. Miss Lourdes, I get to choose. I'm going to do tarot. Thanks, Jim. Tarot for Miss Lourdes. She just got in here, Spirit, so we must have a message for her. We must. Hope you're doing good, you little cutie batoots. Miss Lourdes. What does Miss Lourdes need to know? All right, we have the Seven of Cups reverse. So this is an energy typically of a decision, a choice being made, an emotional choice being made, something that was confusing becoming a lot more clear. And it's saying like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this a reality. I'm going to make this real. I'm not going to woulda, coulda, shoulda, wonder about something. I'm actually going to like I'm going to do this. We're going to do this. Thank you. I don't even like blue, so I appreciate that. And yeah, the Six of Pentacles is at the bottom. You are choosing to give to something, or someone in your life is choosing to give to something, and I think that's a good idea. Yeah, the Eight of Wands is right underneath that. There's some type of communication coming through. I have the King of Swords. There's a decision being made. There is clarity being achieved. There's a decision being made. And it's saying, I want to make this thing that was once a dream a reality. I want to bring it down from my thoughts into realville. What's interesting here, this is Scorpio in Venus. I think this is Venus. Yeah. Scorpio and Venus energy. So Scorpios, love them, hate them, same time. They don't do anything until they are sure. And this is this energy. It's the surety that is coming with this. It's like, yes, with your Scorpio rising, right? Like, yeah, you know what? I do want to give to this. I am going to give to this. This is something that I want to invest my time in. This is Taurus moon energy. You know, I got my Taurus moon. So Taurus moons, when we decide that we want to give to something, we give to it. We give to it. We show up. We do what we need to do. We care for it. We nurture it. You know, and so that's what I feel is happening for you. A decision being made, and the decision could also be, because I'm pulling some more cards, it could also feel, you might also be wondering if you should commit to this. But I feel like you should. I do. Because I have the sun in the full reverse. So there's this feeling of like you're ignoring. So these are both major arcana. So you're kind of resisting what is instead of letting it be. Okay, I see that with the Seven of Wands. There's a resistance here, but the Knight of Cups is here. It's like, let it come to you. Let it happen. Let it be. Let it do its thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting. Let something be, or let it happen. Choose it. You know, be like, all right, bro. Like, this is what we're doing. Cool. That's what I'm getting. If anyone is new in here, we're doing Tarot Thursdays. You can put your name and if you want Tarot Oracle, and I can give you a little message. We used to do this on Instagram Live for forever and a day. We're slowly but surely making our way over here. A new home on YouTube to kind of bolster this platform. I like this platform. I dig it. You're welcome, Lourdes. My fave. My fave. All right. If everyone that is on has gotten their reading, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. You can always book a personal reading with me at experiencearcana.com. We have the Apothecary coming on the 31st. I have Spirit Camp coming a month later, registration for that. And I'm excited to expand and grow, so make sure you tell the homies, tell their friends. Word of mouth is still my best mode of marketing, so please and thank you. I'm about to get off. Unless someone's on that hasn't gotten read, let me know. And if not, I will be back next Thursday, which I believe is the day before Lourdes's birthday. By the way, what are you doing for that? You know, let me know. Let me know. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Everyone's good? Can I get a little heart emoji if everyone's good? Can I get a little heart? I don't want to leave anyone hanging. Y'all see my new lights? I can like change the pattern. Okay, cool. I saw heart emojis. Okay, bless. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.